Morning, everybody. Mr. Little Demon, Mr. Big Vito fighting over who was first. Light Window, how you doing? Just gonna go live yourself for a bit. Might you wait a bit for now. I'm here. And yes, Little Demon, you can game on an empty belly. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Alright, it is February. I don't recall where I had left off yesterday. Oh, I watched it go off. He beat you by that much. Excuse me, Mr. Cage Tractor. I rebooted my PC, and you know what happened? Forgot to start Lumia. Bailey's Biller in the game. It shows up in the shop. Textures are all messed up. Billy changed his bale size, whereas I did not. But otherwise, he only went maybe about a meter wider, like I did. But what he did was he changed the actual capacity of the bale. So for him, instead of a 220 straw bale being hey, did he do his wrapper?
And they call it a mine. A mine!
Morning, Code. Yeah, Billy's wrapper should have, if he finished his wrapper, I don't know where he left off with it yesterday. He was still working on it yesterday. Just stop by before you pass out for the night. Appreciate that, Code. Or did you try updating his wrapper from 22? Yeah, so what's going to happen is in 22, the way he did the wrapper, it used a lot of base game files. So you have to relink all those for 25 to the new base game files. Not only that, the XMLs need to be redone between the 22 and 25 versions, because a lot of stuff was added in 22 or in 25 that wasn't around in 22. So it's not as straightforward as just let me put this into 22 or from 22 into 25. That's what I was getting at with Billy yesterday, is you need to take a bunch of the 22 XML and add it into the 25 XML and his wrapper still didn't do the biggest bales, the 180 rounds or the 240 squares, without adding it, which is what Billy started working on yesterday. I don't know where he left off with that progress. He said he got everything done, but it still wasn't taking the biggest bales. So he had to look at some part or another. Did that not seed that one little tiny spot? It didn't. You son of a bitch. You son of a gun. That whole beautiful field and that one spot didn't seed. You son of a... One second, chat. I have to now figure out what the hell. Bastards. What? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I did, and when I went to click on it to do so, it disappeared it. I was going to. But I think it automatically did it. No, apparently not. Morning, Brucey boy. No, I went to click on the message veto and apparently hit deny in the process and closed it. Alright. I'm gonna do, 21 logs with that thing. No thanks. Or anything else, I might be interested. Jiminy Christmas, they made a lot of slurry. Had a couple loads of slurry we got to deliver this morning. Alrighty. Got a load of slurry we're gonna take out of there. Well, I'll go back and grab the rest of it. Plus grab the slurry out of here. Get it delivered. We're almost at a spot, well, I mean, I guess I am at a spot where I can paint the ground now to have the right entrances and stuff like that on the pen there. I have the paint and landscape anywhere mod, but I don't use the free one. I pay for it. I don't mind typically paying for it. Sometimes it is a bit of a pain, but in 22 it's been, or sorry, in 25, the price has been significantly less than it was in 22, so I mean, I spend more on landscaping with trees and stuff like that than I do the ground textures and the grass and all that stuff. Hey, Anime Dave. I don't know, I guess maybe I see it as more of a, you know, an added challenge because it increases the amount of money you need to earn to really get anywhere. There we go. I have just enough room to be able to back in off the road. Perfect. Wonder how that would work. If I were to bring in... That might take some testing. Yeah, that might take some testing. I wonder if I could do that without doing another map. Or doing a map entirely. I mean, it's not going to make a difference once I get to making my map, but in the meantime, curious about that. If I were to make custom animal pens, if I could affect the default pallet size for the wool and the goat milk, instead of needing, so that's done in the map itself. But if I'm doing the animal pens, I might be able to call that information and override it. Curious. Now I want to know. Rudolph Horman, sheep barn. Fence. No, I don't think I'd be able to do that. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Not easily, anyway. Because this doesn't actually call the palette itself. CJ coming in with the government efficiency role. See, this here lends credence to the ability with modded pens, once we have the editor, being able to make it so you have to water your animals and treat the animals, CJ. GG. As usual, the animal treats will occur once I wake up the youngest in a couple of hours. We can do the roll here in just a minute on the efficiency grant. How many times am I going to shuffle the wheel? Curious what this has statistics means. And see, this by itself does not do the palettes specific. It's calling base game palettes, so that's a map edit. Been up since yesterday when I started streaming. Probably not a great thing there, anime. Well, that's something that will be happening in my map itself. How many times am I going to shuffle there, CJ? Oh, we're going to go 7, because that's how many letters are in his name. Oh, he said 3 on YouTube, so I already shuffled 6, so we're just going to spin it. Ew. A DOT fine, $10,000. Well, that's too bad. Alright, DOT fine, 10 grand. Oh, let's see if we can add 4 trees or something. Two. Three. 4. 5. Well. See, those don't count as planted trees, but if you include those trees that I've paid and put all around the map, I've actually put in more trees than I've cut down. Morning, Miss Adriana. How are you doing today? Alright, let's see if we can't paint this in some, shall we? It should be about the right size for that. Oh heck, not even close. That's the right width. I just need to go back a little bit further. I want to go back to around here. Like that, right? Alright. See, the reason I'm doing this is because at some point I'm going to fix this up so that the fence follows the... So I can actually put in that, that little bit. And now at least I know where I need to bring my fence. Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll end up bringing the fence, stopping it, coming down around, you know, and across here. There will mimic that. I've now at least marked that in, type of thing. Hey, Tarticus. I mean, there's some bugs and quirks with 25 still that are, you know, frustrating at times, but all in all, I've been enjoying it. God dang, it's so hard to... Because these lines aren't... I didn't put these lines in straight. It's so hard to keep a straight frickin' line here. There. Enough. Pretty much same feeling for me. Not had anything game breaking, but a couple of annoying bugs overall. I'm more than happy with it. Yeah, exactly. I've played AAA titles with worse releases than this. So yeah, I mean, there's some annoying little bits, frustrating little bits, but all in all, I've had far worse. Just a touch over here as well. See, I wish I could just trigger a redo on the fence. But you can't. And that's really frustrating. So what'll end up having to happen is I'll probably have to... My luck. Get rid of a bunch of the trees again. And redo all that stuff. Morning, Jers. Have a good night there, Light Window. Really want those an undo button for landscaping and building. Yeah, I mean, people have been asking for that for years. And we've got that landscape now. I do at some point want to also try and take this and move it back just a little bit so that the original like driveway here isn't constantly, for whatever reason they love to smack right here. So if I move this back by, I don't know, half the width of this, I think I'd be okay in the grand scheme of things, with not having the AI constantly running into this thing. It would shape this, you know, throughway a little bit differently, but not a big deal. Yep, this is still the starter farm, Tardicus. I replaced a lot of stuff and tweaked a lot of things. I mean, the other option I have is doing similar to what Billy did and putting the grain bin over here with the pit here, so it moves it entirely, and then I get rid of this whole little like island of stuff. The island of misfit toys over here. That's a project for another point, though. Alright. Started a new save. Did far too much cheating on your first playthrough of the game. Just find out what's new. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Tarticus. It's why I tell people have a testing save that you can test things out, see what you like, but also later on when you start looking at mods, test mods before you put them into your base game save, and or not base game but save, but your normal save, and potentially have issues. Alright, it's March. It's planting season. We got a great demand at the wagon builder. That's usually fabric. We are gonna borrow items on this one. That's a big stone contract, which I'm very much gonna want. I want that stone, so we're gonna put a couple of tractors on it. Can't wait to get better plows, Jody. Yep, I hear you. Anything about the new gaming so far? What do I like about it? I really like the animal pen changes. I've wanted for a long time the ability to do more stuff with the animals as far as their pens go. Wanted bigger pens and stuff like that. Now that they can adjust the amount of animals you put into a pen just by changing the fencing and stuff, I really, really like that a lot. Yeah, they did have a pretty good first week of sales, but the issue lies in whether or not they're going to keep a lot of those people without getting a patch out. That's going to be huge for them, is they need to get a patch out to keep those people. That might be a never back down. A lot of people probably... Now, see, here's the thing, though. When I see number of copies sold, and it was a pretty high number of copies sold, there are a lot of people that will grab the game, and maybe they don't jump into it right away. Maybe they wait. Maybe they do jump into it right away, see what's new. But a lot of people will wait on really playing the game until their mods start coming out. Their favorite mods. So, keeping people long term is really about the mods. Getting people interested is really about the mods. Yeah, there was probably, that is one thing that I mentioned yesterday. They sold 2 million copies. How many people refunded it? Because of bugs. Happens to every game at release. It comes out with bugs. People will buy it, go, this is a buggy ass mess. They refund it, and they rebuy it later. It happens. Not saying it doesn't. So, is what it is. Everybody brags about how many copies they sold, not about how many copies they kept. Can I get this in there now? Hey, I can. Sweet. I mean, every game will do that. They'll brag about how many copies they sold, but it's like, yeah, but how many people refunded it? They never tell you that, oddly enough. Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan since I started playing in 19 as well, so... This may not work out well. Being down under, coming in with a raid. Welcome in, Raiders. You're gonna line up and follow the other guy, aren't you? Darn, I was hoping I could get 2 people working on this. Well, so much for that. Alright. Well, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. How is your stream been? Jacked Ram, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the channel. I'm a Bogan, gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the channel, kicking off a hype train. Oh, do you know Viper is Darius? What? Az coming in. How you doing there, Azrael? Oh, dang it. I brought the wrong trailer. Son of a gun. Oh, Viper. Maven, thank you very much for the follow. Let's see. Morning, by the way. Just woke up. I think remember back in the day, used to play on servers with Viper and Dave. Miss Viper. Vaguely remember the name. Never knew him. Buy a new game 100% exactly. Vito. I'm trying to get caught up on chat as the finally got to expand your farm a bit more today. Nice, Bean. Making money as... Yes. Yes, it would be. Not too bad. How's farming? It's going good. It's going good. My experiment in having 2 rock pickers on the same field is gone. It's not gonna work. It's alright. Not a big deal. I gotta go switch my trailer out, though, because... Put the wrong trailer down there. I said, Bogan, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. Bogan or is it Bogan? MacGyver, welcome in, buddy. How you doing? Bogan. Okay. That's what I thought, but, you know, us Americans tend to throw all kinds of willy-nilly pronunciations in there when we shouldn't. Always better to ask. Carolina, never tried rock pickers, but tried some harvesters. That is work. Same time on the field. Well, welcome in there, Kara. Yeah, the rock pickers tend to just run into each other. They don't seem to want to work nicely. At least not without having course play. The harvesters seem to do okay, but the rock pickers seem to want to just run into each other. Or take the same lines. I mean, the AI is better, but it isn't course play. So it's a snowy March morning here on the farm. Getting ready to start doing some planting, some work on the farm. As usual, I like to do some contracts for a little extra cash. Gonna have to seed all the animals and stuff. Set the other to start from the other end. Yeah, I originally had them both started at opposite ends, but when I tried to start this second one, all it does is follow the same exact line as the first one. Unfortunately. Bit of a foggy morning. I like it. I like the aesthetic of it all. So many bugs in multiplayer, waiting patiently for the first big patch. Bugs in multiplayer? I mean, I've seen the base game bugs, but I haven't really experienced too many extras in multiplayer. And again, it's usually just me hosting a game with Little Demon. That's something I could try. Start one on headlands and one on... Good shit. Good idea, Kara. Alright. And Hayden Kennard, thank you for the YouTube sub. Welcome into the channel. How you doing today? Here, let me try this. Let me go 5 headlands. We're going to start you at the up-down. And then this guy here... I set him to the 5 headlands and start him on the headlands. He may reset and start over again, but either way, they'll figure it out. Well, for me, I needed to be able to make the concrete for the roof tiles. I've been trying to work on the grain elevator museum. And right now I need 12,000 liters of roof plate. Well, like I said, here in the US, that's what we call it, concrete, cement. I go by either. Where did I just have my... Oh, it's over there. Here's the way I see it. Nowadays, you're gonna upset somebody when you call something anything. Why? Why, Muppet? Why? Oh, and they're full. Yes, they will empty and go on by themselves if you get near the back of them. That's actually why I just swapped out to this trailer, because this trailer has a low enough side I can do that. I'll be able to get next to them and empty them with this trailer. Of course, it makes it a royal pain for me to get into my yard with where the concrete is, but it's minor. Morning, Zippy. How you doing? Come here. Give me the pallet, please. Morning, Moss Frog. Alright, small furniture factory. Carpentry. We cannot put another pallet in yet. If anybody is not aware yet, if it shows that it's you know, like if I drove to try and put a pallet of 1,000 in there, it's going to take the whole pallet and I'm going to lose 300 liters. So be careful in putting pallets from one to the next. Otherwise you'll lose whole pallets. It'll take the entire pallet in, even though it only can take a couple 100 liters worth. It removes the remainder of the pallet. Alright, that reminds me to the wagon builder. It said there was a great demand up there, which means it's either going to be fabric. Yep. As usual, it's fabric. As I say, it's either going to be fabric or like planks, beams, something of that nature. It was fabric. Check in over on the furniture factory, the small cement factory. So I am using mods. Was duping me. The new debris crusher. I wish the dredge on this map was actually usable. You know, the dredging boat. But alas, you can't buy it or buy the property underneath it. There's ways around it with special buckets. But, yeah, it's a bit frustrating, that one. One of the things I hope they, fix. Hitting all the wrong buttons this morning. Do. Dredging boat is in the exit. Yeah, exactly, Tarticus. It's a production. It produces stones over time. But right now, what's happening with it is you can't buy the land it's on, and you can't otherwise buy the production either. So there's no way to get the stones that it's producing. There are buckets. I know Big Daddy made one that allow you to still pick up the stone on that property, because basically what it does is it has a line in there that ignores the check on whether or not you own the property, so that you can still pick up the stone. It is a workaround. Not exactly the best solution, but it is a workaround for the stone issue with the dredging boat. Now time to deal with my mess of full pallets. I think it's almost impossible to get enough stones for fields alone. Yeah, it probably is. I would say you're probably right, Tardik. I, I mean, I guess it depends on how quickly you want the cement products, right? If you don't want to wait season, you don't want to wait years for the cement products, then it's definitely not going to keep up for sure. Trying to get them off the fields. Tricklet Stones do contract. Yeah. The debris crusher. At some point, I've been focused more on getting my animals going and expanding some farmlands. The debris crusher is something I do want to pick up at some point, but have not yet. Whoop, whoop, nope. Get up on the pile. Get on the pile, please. There. Stay on the pile. But I have not put it as a priority yet. 144,000 liters? That's crazy. Finding the space on multiplayer games. Ah, yeah, the collisions not disappearing. Make sure the sheep have food, dummy. Okay. That's still good to go. Yep. Yeah, restricted area from the collisions not disappearing when you delete the building. Okay, so we're done with the sheep, we're done with the goats. Next up would be the cows. I will likely have to make a TMR mix, so let's go park over by the pit. Ooh, we're gonna have to buy some more bales. I'm going to need more bales if I'm gonna do that, because someone silly decided to sell all of his straw bales. And I guess you don't need straw bales, so I'll be fine. I wish you could get rid of the starter farm home. Yeah, the starter farm house. The one shed right there. The fake chicken coop. Indeed. I know I've already got a lot of ideas on what I'm going to do differently for my map, so thank you, Jers, for the hydrate. So hopefully we get the editor soon and I can get started on mine. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to start gathering files here this afternoon, I think. Well, probably tomorrow, because this afternoon I've got other plans. But where'd you hear that from, Ass? Are they really going to make us wait that long? I know some people already have it. I'm actually guessing editor today or tomorrow, because some people already have the editor. People that had submitted mods in 22 and have an active account, some of them were selected to get the editor early, probably as a way of bug testing the editor. And they got it Monday, I want to say. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, trust me, I'm just as pessimistic, but I'm also, like, hopeful that we get it. Maybe I won't have to make a mix of TMR today. Perfect. Because FS Miner had a video post about it on his YouTube page. I saw it come up when I was searching for Giants Editor 10 the other day on Google. But also, it's been confirmed by a few people that, yeah, some modders already have it. They were given early access to it because they had, done mods in 22. Yeah, basically people with modding accounts in good standing with Giants were selected to get access to it. Alright, let's go put the fast tracks. Yes, I would love to get the fast tracks back. I miss the small fast track. That's the one I always used for doing my fertilizer spreading. Put the small little Amazon or the small little Amazon spreader on the back of it, and the Impex. Well, you put this little guy here on the back, and then you put the horse on the front of it. You can go a long ways fertilizing with that, and I would have at least 2 of those to go do fertilizing contracts and just zip them around the map. You like having to clear the land and then make your fields? Yeah, well, there's going to be an element of that in my map when I get around to it. Yes, the big Bradal. Yeah, for lime spreading. We need something bigger than 14,000 liters for lime spreading, I'm sorry. Yes, I know there will be modded versions with higher capacities, but we still need something with more than 14,000 liters. The Amazon on the front and an auger wagon on the back. I mean, you could do that too, Vito. But for maneuverability, the fast tracks with their four-wheel steering, that thing, they can zip around quite a bit faster. And if you're doing solid FERT, unless it's a massive field, in which case you're probably running higher capacities anyway, you can go a long ways with just that one little seeder. He fixed the one small stupid patch. This irritates me. That irritates the hell out of me. And I just had to do that. Because the tiny little patch that was there, that I didn't see, didn't frickin' seed itself. T440? Not familiar with the T440. Which one was that one? Oh, the New Holland? Oh, veggie harvester? Oh, the Pterodos, right? Or something like that? It was the Pterodos. T440, if I remember right. Yeah, this one's the T5, Holmer. Oh, okay. He said veggie harvester, and I immediately thought the Pterodos. Sugar beet harvester. Yeah, I don't think I ever had anything with that high of a capacity in 22. Alright. Now, I want to plant something in field 8. We gotta look at the schedule. Actually, I think what I wanted to plant in field 8... Oh, sunflowers. I can plant them in field 8 now. Okay. Let's go start doing that. I'll keep my eye on the sales, Kara. Always keep my eye on the sales. But usually I go by a specific choice, and if I don't see a sale come up by the time I have the money for it, I buy it. Soloing a Forex need the capacity and speed because you're free to use AI. That's fair. Yeah, see, I mean, I don't mind a... Why is... What? Oh. Unload, not unfold, you dummy. Oh, that's so weird. See, I don't mind using AI. That doesn't bother me at all. Um, so in 22, I had courseplay going. I'd have 8, 9, 10 AIs going at sometimes. The Maximus Cedar is bugged, won't take the fertilizer. Maximus Cedar. Buying that one as a result. I gotcha. I think a few of them are kind of bugged. I gotcha. Depending on the save, I tend to use the sales to kind of force me to use newer stuff you don't normally use. It's a good way to do it. I tend to, one of the things I tend to do is I'll start a save and go, okay, for this save, I'm going to go New Holland, and I'll focus on New Holland equipment. Or I'll say I'm going to go case, and I focus on case equipment. On bigger maps, like when I was playing Canyon Crossing 16X, I had multiple farms. This farm will be John Deere, this farm will be Claas, this farm will be New Holland, that type of thing. But yeah, I mean, I like to try and do some stuff like that at times to use equipment I don't normally use. A lot of times I default to John Deere, but that's because I grew up around John Deere everywhere. It's what I know. I heard the sales always give you slurry and manure spreaders. Just about. Little horse cedar is bugged too. It tells you don't own the land on contracts, and the weeder attachment doesn't work. Nice. My favorite one is the Elmer. The Elmer weeder. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. Or is it weeders? The Elmer Super 7. What's missing here? What's missing here? Like, how'd you miss that one, Giants? The event challenge thing outside of John Deere, they're the only one that has a somewhat complete set of stuff. Yes. Yeah, it's a feature. It's a new Wi-Fi weeder, so you don't get hung up on things. I found this day one of early access. For the bronze members, I happened to do a weeding contract, and it came with this one, and I was looking at it going like, why does that look so weird? And, you know, all the silver hardware is here, but none of the red or black hardware is here. So the frame, tines, none of that's here, but all the other stuff is here. That one makes me chuckle quite a bit. Nothing to see here, folks. One of Vol's drop. Those dotted bugged rigs. Looks like lights. Approach for an aircraft, yeah. Yep. Problem is that John Deere is I think at this point I'm just going to tell the John Deere to stop and get out of the way and let the other tractor take care of it from here. Once you've killed them with herbicide, that's it. The job's done. You don't have to worry about it. The only time the mechanical weeders will do anything is if the weeds are small. Bye-bye, snow. Weeding, hoeing contracts bugged. Some of the equipment does not work with AI currently. When you're trying to do weeding contracts. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It seems to come down to the equipment you're using. No, that's probably still going to be in that guy's way, because he's going to want to do weird circles at the ends of the fields. I don't know why, but the stone pickers love to do these weird circles at the ends of fields to turn around. Yep. There we go. They'll keep going on that, and I can finish my sunflowers. Only gotten bugged ones so far. Yeah, I've had a couple that do work with the AI, but a lot of times they don't seem to want to work. That's one thing I miss is my seed tenders in 22. And it's not as big of a deal right now because the capacity, the field sizes and stuff are small, but one thing I do miss is my modded seed tenders. The trailers that had the setups I like. Well, give it time. They'll come, I guess. That's actually one that I would love to see come to the base game. Iron Bubbles and that the i5H31. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the channel. But the Dash brand trailers, I would love to see those come to the game. The spray tender trailers. Well, they actually had somebody put out a mod in 22 that was the Dash brand trailers, but even if it was as a DLC, I'd love to see those come to the game. Lizard Stone Picker. Which what for the wider pickup, or just for the enhanced capacity? Wider pickup and capacity. Yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to wait for the editor for the wider capacity, I'm sure, but I know there's already, or the wider pickup, but I know there's already enhanced capacity ones out there. I have one. Yeah, I know some people are after those forage wagons, but I don't use forage wagons because I don't store loose product typically. I'll just run a baler over it, and auto load trailers are already in the works. The auto load scripts are already in the works, so it won't be long before we have those back again. But on a map, do you ever start other farms at other locations that have house triggers? I just stay on the main farm for the house purge. The other farms will just be equipment and sheds and stuff like that. Yeah, fermenting silos and stuff like that. I never used those in 22. Morning, Zodiac. That and in 22, I didn't use a lot of the crazy capacities that people were making. So for me, a lot of the times, it was um, my capacities were more limited, and thus baling was the better option for transporting. Yeah, the biggest cow barn I had was, I think, 1,500 cows. Maybe it might have been 2,000 cows, but I never got near that capacity of cows. So loaded big capacities. Yeah, I mean, I was soloing the 16X map, the Canyon Crossing map. I was soloing that one, uh, but that's where I just used workers and course play and auto drive. It probably won't be till mid next year, Zodiac. Dave's gonna be taking his time with his map. I'm gonna plot 33 when I get my money up, thinking of moving out Grandpa's house. I think Zodiac's just being funny. Um, I don't know yet, Jers. I mean, nobody really knows what the performance is going to look like on bigger maps yet. Well, I'm currently, Zodiac, in the process of um, the approval process so people can start um, doing memberships to the channel. So I can't get ad revenue yet, but at the very least, um, you know, they could do memberships. So that'll all get set up at some point. If you all have not, please go over and drop a like on the YouTube. It would be appreciated. Kara Luna, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the channel, officially. Six String Ninja, let's try not to think about how the tracks in the planter doesn't align with the GPS lines. Yeah, I would really love to see the ground textures, or the ground be able to do more angles than what they have. Watch the video, then like the video near the end. Helps much more. It does. But at this point, likes help the YouTube algorithm, because I'm multi-streaming as. Likes help the video get pushed out to more people that don't know the channel. What just happened? Hang on a second, chat. Everything just went wonky. What's going on? All my monitors just went funky, so hold on a second, chat. I think the game just crashed on me. What the heck? Come on, game. Come on, game. My whole computer just went wonky. I might need to reboot, chat. Alright, weirdly, it's still thinking that Giants is running, even though it's not. I don't know if you guys can even hear me right now. Can somebody let me know if you can even still hear me? Okay, so you guys still hear me. The game screen is frozen because the game just went tits up on me. But I'm also not seeing my desktop at the moment. Well, I don't know what just happened. the computer went all weird. I have had that happen, never back down, but not from this game crashing. Trying to restart things to see what happens. I hear the game, but I can't see the game. And OBS is acting all sorts of weird. I'm going to restart the computer real quick. I'll be back in just a second. I'm gonna raid to Boom for the moment, and then I'll be back in just a second, chat. So apologies, but we'll be back.